All right, old Facebook ad strategies, they are completely dead. If your past tactics are falling flat, trust me, you are not alone. Let's just dive straight into this explainer and crack open the ultimate 2026 strategy playbook so we can get those campaigns profitable again.
Pillar 1 requires a massive mindset shift. Messaging is now your targeting.
So think about the old way we used to do this. Advertisers would literally agonize over the algorithm's back-end settings, right? Trying to find that perfect magical combination of hyper-detailed interests and demographics. Well, the 2026 way, it's all about broad targeting driven by highly specific messaging hooks. Meta actually rewards clarity over complexity now. It's kind of crazy. If you cast a really wide net, like just a totally open, broad audience, but your ad copy lacks a clear message, Facebook is just going to show it to everyone and poof, your budget vanishes. But when your ad explicitly calls out exactly who it's for, Facebook's machine learning actually uses your creative to filter and find your exact buyers hidden among all those millions of users.
Let's look at an example. Instead of just slapping up a pretty picture of a house, your hook really needs to call out your audience directly. Think something like, calling all parents looking for house and lot investments. Or if you're targeting investors, you explicitly say, for investors planning to acquire property in this area. By injecting these highly specific keywords right into your hook, you're actively training the algorithm. You're literally telling Facebook, hey, ignore the 99 million other people. Just show this to the 1 million folks who fit this exact description.
Moving right along to Pillar 2, high-converting 2026 ad creatives.
So if messaging is the targeting, then the creative is the vehicle delivering that message. But listen, you have got to format it correctly for the platform or you are just throwing money out the window. For the main newsfeed, you want to stick to a 1:1 square or a 4:5 ratio. But if you want to conquer reels and stories, and frankly, you absolutely should be doing that, you have to format your creative natively in a 9:16 vertical ratio. A pro tip here, go utilize the Facebook ads library. It's a fantastic way to do some recon and see exactly how top competitors are formatting their winning ads.
Now, beyond just the dimensions, the whole style of the creative has fundamentally shifted. You can say goodbye to those highly polished, overproduced corporate ads. Seriously, they're done. In 2026, UGC, user-generated content, is king. Your customers crave raw, authentic content. We're talking unedited testimonial videos, screenshots of real customer reviews, and short-form videos under 5 minutes. These are massively outperforming everything else. Why? Because it provides immediate social proof. People don't want to feel like they're being pitched a commercial. They want it to feel like a genuine recommendation from a friend.
All right, that brings us to Pillar 3, crafting an irresistible offer.
Okay, so you've got your targeting dialed in, your creative is native and raw, but if what you're actually pitching isn't compelling, none of it matters. You really have to ask yourself, are you offering a real solution or are you just shouting about a discount? This is a huge trap so many advertisers fall right into. They think an offer just means screaming 50% off. But look, massive discounts only create real urgency if you already have a loyal, established customer base. Like if Apple announces the new iPhone is 50% off tomorrow, yeah, people are going to line up around the block because the brand trust is already there. But if nobody knows who you are, a huge discount doesn't build trust. Honestly, it just makes you look cheap.
Instead, you need to structure your offer entirely around awareness. You have to bridge that gap between your audience being problem-aware and solution-aware. It is just not enough to simply point out a customer's pain point, like, acknowledging they want to lose weight or that their last business venture failed. Literally, anyone can do that. A successful 2026 ad has to actively demonstrate the solution. Don't just tell them you sell a product, show them step by step how your product or service actually solves their specific problem in the real world.
Which leads us directly to Pillar 4, pixels and custom audiences.
This is the absolute technical foundation you need to stop bleeding ad spend on cold traffic. Let's run through it quickly. First, you've got to install the Facebook Pixel to track actions. Second, set up custom conversions so you can actually see how your ad is performing. Third, double-check that your landing page complies with Facebook's advertising policies so you don't get your account banned. Nobody wants that. And finally, integrate Facebook's product catalog. Get this, doing this for dynamic retargeting has been shown to increase return on ad spend from 600% to a staggering 3,000%, dropping the cost per acquisition to just $9. It is a total game changer.
Once those technical steps are locked in, you recycle that data using custom audiences. When you spend money, people are going to interact, but let's be real, they won't all buy immediately. You need to retarget them. For page engagement, the folks who liked, commented, or shared, retarget those from the last 30 to 60 days. For video views, build an audience out of people who watched 50% and 95% of your video. For website traffic, target visitors from the last 30 to 60 days. This lets you strategically reuse your initial ad spend by putting your offer right back in front of people who have already raised their hand and shown some interest.
Okay, let's hit our final pillar. Pillar 5, building your brand organically.
Your ad success is actually directly tied to your organic presence. Why? Because long-term personal branding makes selling exponentially easier. Think about it. Most people who see your Facebook ad for the very first time are cold. They are completely unaware of who you are. Your continuous, value-driven organic content is what actually moves them over to the warm stage, turning them into engaged followers who like and comment. Then, finally, as they consume more of your stuff and build that trust, they move to the hot stage, becoming actual leads and ready-to-buy customers. Your ads bring in the cold traffic, for sure, but your organic content, that's the engine that warms them up.
And you really need to keep this staggering number in mind, 82%. 82% of consumers expect stellar customer service directly from brands on Facebook. This means your community engagement is literally just as important as the ad itself. Using Facebook as a fast, responsive customer service channel is a massive trust signal. That alone will absolutely set you apart from your competitors. Ultimately, building a strong brand organically comes down to one core philosophy: provide value without asking. Your organic content shouldn't just be an endless stream of sales pitches and buy one, get one promos. You need to create content that genuinely helps your audience and solves their problems for free. So the big question I want to leave you with today in this explainer is this. Before you launch your next Facebook ad campaign, what specific piece of valuable content will you create to serve your audience without asking for a single dime in return?